Story time of how I revealed to my boyfriend on our first date that I have Tourette's. If you guys are new here, hi, my name is Carly and I have Tourette syndrome. I was diagnosed when I was 12 years old and I am now 27, so I have had my fair share of tics in my life. I've dealt with this almost as long as I can remember. And just a brief backstory about me, I am and have always been so ashamed of my Tourette's, and I felt like such an outcast and such a weirdo because of this condition. I got rice. And so because of this deep-rooted shame I feel about my Tourette's diagnosis, I have always tried to hide it, mask it, suppress it, be as normal passing as possible, if you will. And this has gone on ever since I was diagnosed. I tried my best to hide it, to be as normal as I could be, to suppress and not let people know that I had Tourette's, especially strangers in public. So when I got older, to the age of when I started dating, I always was so terrified of what my future partner would think about my disability, about my Tourette's. I honestly felt so unlovable and like je t'aime, and like I would never have a partner or be loved because of it. Fast forward to my first date with my now boyfriend, Colton. I had been on a few dates prior to this and had been ghosted after declaring that I had Tourette's, so I was really scared that this would not go as well as I hoped. I honestly can't believe that like people would just like be done with me because of a simple diagnosis, but I also can believe it because there is such a stigma surrounding Tourette's, but that's a whole other story. Anyway, on my first date with this boy Colton, we went to a coffee shop to talk and get to know each other, and it was really nice. I was suppressing, I thought, well, and we were just talking and having a good time, and then he suggested that we would go from the coffee shop to the mall to go mini golfing to continue our date because we were having such a good time. Again, prefacing this, I would always suppress my tics on first dates. I would never disclose on a first date that I have Tourette's unless something happened where I had to. And this date was going so well that I thought I didn't want to tell him. So I said, yes, let's go mini golfing. And I got in his car with him and he drove us to the mall to go mini golfing. And I thought everything was going great. But on the ride there, Colton kind of looks over at me and he's like, hey, I have to ask you something. And I was like, okay, sure. Like not thinking much of it. And he was like, do you have something in your eye? Like, do you have allergies? Are your eyes okay? Because I noticed you've been blinking a lot. And immediately my face fell and I was like, oh no. Because the one tic I can't suppress are my eye tics, my blinking tics. And I was like, I'm gonna have to tell him or something. I'm gonna have to make something up. Come back for part 2 to see what I had to say to this guy.